Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's end of January, the very end of January, and I am going to do some winter sowing. I'll also show you some of the winter sowing that I have done. Now I have to confess, I am not an expert in winter sowing. I did a little bit last year with a modicum of success, and I think that's because I really wasn't able to attend to my plantings that much last year because my father-in-law got ill and we were really back and forth between the city and the country, and things just went a little bit haywire in my spring garden. Any rate, so this year I'm going to give it a much more focused go and see whether I can get some winter sowing going successfully. I have things planted indoors, as you know, if you've been following my channel, and now I'm just going to try some of these things outdoors as well. I know they're going to germinate more slowly, but they may eventually catch up, and I'm hoping that they'll end up being very hardy plants as I go. So I'm going to show a couple of different ways that I'm doing this and that I have done this for this year. It's nothing that you haven't seen probably on other channels, and I'm just trying to see which method is going to work best and whether there is a difference or not. As you can probably tell, I'm at my city house now, not my country house, and one of the problems that I have here is that the sunshine is really limited because it's a townhouse, old Victorian townhouse community, and we are in the city. But I do get a spot of sunshine here on top of this air conditioner. And fortunately, the air conditioner has this kind of cage around it, and that gives me some space for placing these things where it's going to get some sun. These are methods that you have probably seen. I'm mainly planting flowers here, some Echinacea augustifolia. That is one that definitely needs to be cold stabilized. I did have all of these plants in the refrigerator prior to planting, so I'm hoping that that also helps. I have just a little clamshell that's from a bakery here, and I have some echinacea in there. This is the traditional milk jug method where you just saw the milk jug in half, cut it in half, and then tape it back together, and leaving a hinge, so to speak. This is just I guess strawberries came in here, and I like this because it has automatic vents. I didn't have to cut anything. And this is just some blazing star aleatris. All of those are planted on the 22nd of January, which is really not that long ago, just 8 days ago. So I'm really not expecting to see anything. Plus, we still had ice and snow all around here, but things are starting to warm up a little bit, and I'm hoping that that will really help this get going. All right, so today I'm going to do a couple of things. All right, so I have had this terrarium, what's left of a terrarium that my son did when he was in 3rd grade, and he is now in his junior year of college. So this has been sitting, and it's just got some drainage there. It doesn't have any holes in the bottom, but I figure this sandy mix that they have in there is going to provide enough drainage for what we need to do. I'll just monitor it. I just have some plain old containers here, and I'm going to plant some Premier Kale. This will be my 2nd kale planting. I have some blazing blue that's already sprouted. I'm going to do a 2nd planting of the Tokyo Bicana, which is a Chinese cabbage that's supposed to grow pretty quickly and like the cold. And I'm going to do a planting of Calabrese Italian sprouting broccoli. I'm doing nothing special in terms of planting. I'm just doing exactly the same thing, except I'm going to plant a few more seeds. So this is the Chinese cabbage, and I'm just going to put these sort of, sprinkle them around. And of course, we will thin these out if we get good germination, and we'll end up having maybe 3 or 4 plants in here. So we'll just put that in and hope for the best. Again, I'm not an expert, so don't quote me on this, and I will definitely keep you up to date. I'm keeping a special playlist this year of my plantings for this year. There's the planting and an occasional update, as much for my own record, to kind of make like a garden log, as well as to, just help anybody that might be interested. This is the Premier Kale. This is one of my very favorite kales. It is so tasty, and I've grown it each year for the last couple of years. I'm going to do the same thing here, just kind of overseed it and hope we get some decent germination. And the broccoli, this is a Calabrese Italian sprouting broccoli. I like this for my area in the springtime because it's not a huge head of broccoli, but it's one sort of little head about 3 to 6 inches, and then it has a lot of side shoots. So you get lots of little sprouts coming off, which you can nibble on. In fact, I was still nibbling on mine before in December that was planted last spring. So it was kind of amazing. They don't need to be super deep. Go ahead and sprinkle some potting soil over top of all of these. Sprinkle that in, sprinkle that in. I'm just going to take these and put them right in this terrarium. I'm repurposing, making sure that I can read the labels from the outside. I'm going to put the top on. So my next ones, I'm just going to plant in, I'm just going to do some lettuces for cut and come again, and a little bit of mizuna for some early growth as well. That's actually a brassica, but I plant it often with my lettuces for a lettuce blend. And I'm going to plant it in one of the salad containers that you buy, mixed greens containers. And I love this one because it has a top on it. I'm planting just a variety in this salad container, mixed greens container. I like this because it has a top on it. I've poked holes in the top, holes in the bottom for drainage, and just filled it with some moistened potting soil. I usually sterilize my potting soil if it's going inside, but I didn't bother with this because it's not going inside. So what I'm planting is just some rows of mixed greens, and I'm hoping that this will be kind of a cut and come again situation. Got mizuna. It's going to have some lettuces in here of different sorts. I have already planted my first plantings of lettuces, and they are up indoors. Let's see what kind of germination we get compared to what we planted. Finally, some light-colored seeds. Be a little easier to see. So pressing all these in lightly, covering them ever so slightly with the soil. We're just going to cover these right up, clamp down the thing, and I'm going to stick them just up on the shelf with the others. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have started your garden and you're having good luck with your starts. If not, it's never too late. You can always get your early plants growing now. If you haven't subscribed already, I wish you would, because I have really enjoyed meeting so many people from all over the world and interacting with them on this little tiny channel that I have. It's been a great blessing. I hope you're well. Take care.